Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, traders. Thank you for tuning in. This is my 2321st edition of Short-Term Day Trading, live with Oscar Carboni. First order of business, do I get to take a bow for making that call in last night's video right in front of a freight train that OMNI flipped up? And it was right by deep dips. Was that not great? Let me take that bow, baby. Go, OMNI, go. I'll tell you what, I was shocked. I had no idea it was going to work. I mean, of course, I put the trade out there, and I put my OMNIX in it. We decided to choose the Russell trade instead of Nasdaq or S&P. Nasdaq and S&P trade exploded. The Russell trade just made some money, but that's all right. We'll catch up to it this evening. But that call was just fantastic. And boy, oh boy, OMNI, keep on going. So, the call was right. The OMNI signal to buy deep dips was perfect information. And I will tell you what's coming next Wednesday for trading on Thursday. Traders, we know that this is risky, so before we get involved in what's on the board, just remember, never, ever trade without protective stops. Put those protective stops in first before you trade, and then you don't have to worry so much about where you're going to get out. At least you've got a plan at that point. It helps to keep those emotions out in the trading decisions, right? So make sure that you put those stops in first and know the risk behind this game, and let's get moving. So for trading, 10:07, baby, October 7th, 2021. For Nasdaq, S&P, Russell, Dow Jones, transportation average, buy signals across the board once again, like we had on Tuesday night for Wednesday. That was good information for Tuesday, and OMNI wants us to continue buying deep dips. Now that it was right on Tuesday night through Wednesday, it wants us to buy the deep dips if we see them Wednesday night through Thursday. So we'll do that. Google and Intuitive Surgical, GOOG and isrg, buy signals coming up on the OMNI. I mean, boom, out of nowhere, OMNI says, look at those two. Get your boys in. Get your traders in. So, wow, we'll talk about those two. I'm not actually going to show you the charts. I do have trades set up at my site, livewithoscar.com. If you show up for this video and ask me about those trades, I will gladly give them out to you. They are stock trades in Google and in isrg. Then we've got Bitcoin, my goodness. Bitcoin blew through, right through a double top like it wasn't even there. And I love seeing that because in all honesty, we're not even sure if double tops work on Bitcoin. There's only been a few since the beginning of its life, and some worked, some haven't, so the jury's out on whether those even work. But I can say this time around, it blew right through the double top. Bitcoin running towards its highs, 55, 56,000 coming, 60 looks like it'll happen at some point. Bitcoin's 5-year cycle since we started investing again in Bitcoin. We did, if you recall, we did a 5-year Bitcoin trade, which was ridiculously accurate. It went right to the Bitcoin target within 5 years. Well, we started another one back in April of this year, and the target is 85,000 for Bitcoin. Nothing's going to happen right away. You know how long 5 years is from now? 4 years plus 1, 3 years plus 2, 2 years, 2 years, and another 1 year. You know, you got some time to wait. So don't break my chops when it goes down. Now, speaking of breaking chops, you know, you guys that follow my videos, I love your comments. You guys are fantastic. I will say you're really smart comments lately, and everyone seems to be happy. Every now and then, though, these jokers will come out, and I just want to say to you guys, why don't you wait until the end of the day when the market closes to rush out there and go, Oscar, you're wrong. Because, you know, when you do that at 7:30, 8 in the morning, and you write these crazy comments on my video about how wrong I'm going to be, and then at the end of the day, when the OMNI's dead right, you don't even come back and say anything like, hey, Oscar, good call. Some of you just come back and delete your stupid comments. So my point is, I am the best of the best of the best. I am absolutely Muhammad Ali of calling these charts. I read charts better than anybody. So why fight the OMNI? I mean, you know, one guy said, oh, I'm going to put $5,000 down if the market goes down on Wednesday. The OMNI gives us a green arrow. Why don't you write a check to Children's Charity instead? That beats the crap out of just throwing it in the fireplace if you're going to bet against the OMNI arrow. Now, is it right every day? Boy, do I wish. But it's more consistently right than anything I've ever seen, the Omni Arrow. So you guys, before you write your comments, wait for the market to close. And when I'm wrong, beat me up for it. You know what I mean? Wrong is wrong. I accept when I'm wrong. And I admit when I'm wrong, always. But on a day where I'm right, you just kind of look a little crazy when you put those comments out there. So, you know, try to keep the emotions at bay until the close and then attack, if you will. For the rest of you cats with the smart comments that are talking about charts and what's coming next, we love you guys. Please keep the comments going. Subscribe to my channel. Don't forget. Make sure you just click the subscribe button, like and share these around the internet. We would love to help other people. So I've got some charts I'd like to show you. Certainly a Bitcoin chart will jump out at you. We've got charts in the indices, and I think you're going to like what you're going to see. Now, if you do recognize how good I am at calling these markets based on reading charts, I will teach that to you right here in Las Vegas for a 4-day session. It's called OmniCamp, 4 full days here in Las Vegas in my home office. OmniCamp, it is starting November 5th. We've got like 3.5 weeks left, kids. So if you want to come out and see me, fill out your OmniCamp applications like right now. Fill them out. I've got a lot of preparation to do once I know who's coming out. So you've got to make sure you let me know you want to come out so I can prepare for you. Make sure you come to livewithoscar.com, click the OmniCamp banner, fill out an OmniCamp application. If you really do want to learn how to read these charts, you can go to omnibootcamp.com, fill out an application there, or just come to my trading room and say hello to me. That's free, no credit cards like everything else. Everything's free, so come on down and let me show you what we have in the trading room. Traders, with no further ado, let's go look at some charts. However, humor me first and just see what this OmniCamper had to say. Maybe it'll convince you it's the right move to come out to OmniCamp.
I would definitely recommend the OmniCamp. The reason why I would recommend it is because I have taken and paid for many courses, and they're just not worth it. Some courses were substantially more expensive, some were cheaper, and none of them were worth what I paid for them. And this is the one that is absolutely worth it.
Okay, traders, you're looking at the E-mini S&P, the chart from last night's video. Now, for me, as I mentioned, I was a little bit worried about the green Omni call because this kind of looks like some kind of a flag building, right? So I'm like, wait a minute, you know, Omni's green, but I found this average, which seems to have worked well, and I showed that to you. And then I said, you know what, we're going with the Omni buy, that's it. It's a buy across the board. We're going to buy deep dips only. What does that mean? The E-mini S&P actually had a deep dip all the way down to here, turned around, rallied up, and settled here. And if I'm right, it's trading higher right now as I show you this video. So that is exactly what happened, right? Just like it was supposed to. Buy the deep dips only. Now, for you guys on YouTube that don't know how to read charts, pay attention before you write stupid comments. Let me teach you a little something, kids. Pull up a chair. Let Uncle Oscar teach you a couple of techniques. Next, the Nasdaq, we had that same exact thing. We're going to buy a deep dip. So here's where the Nasdaq was. And then this is what happened. It did exactly what Omni told us it would do. It would have a deep dip. And boom, if you wanted to get long, you could. So amazing, go Omni. It's exactly what the Omni said would happen, but what makes it odd, it was in the face of this major drop, and the street was bearish, and everyone was bearish, and me personally, I was bearish too. And Omni came up with a buy, so I bit my nails, and we put our orders in, and wow, we were blessed with the market going up and the Omni being right. Now, the Nasdaq, that monthly chart that we have no idea if it's going to hold for sure until the month of October is over, or Rocktober as I like to call it. I will show you this now. Instead of it being a red bar, which closed down here, it's now a green bar, which has closed up here, and it's got 3 weeks to go. Long way to go before we find out, but it's already back in the channel and has held so far, up till this moment, long way to go, but so far has done what it did here and here and here, which is why I brought this chart to your attention a couple of days ago. Got me in a little hot water because I think people, there was a little mistaking of the information I was trying to point out. But the next day I presented this to you again and showed you exactly what it meant. You know, a bar takes a month, 1 full month for that bar to come in. So this bar, no matter how big it may get, will take 1 full month to populate. Once it populates and closes, then you can say, hey, it held, or no, it did not. So we won't know until the end of the month, but that's already showing us something smart that happened 4 times in the past. Maybe this is time 5. So I just thought I'd bring that to your attention. We'll wait on that one, but for day trading, it looks great. Then you got the transportation average, and I've shown this to you for weeks on end, and I pointed out that it is just stuck inside of this channel. If it pops, it doesn't last. Well, here it's been out for 2 days so far, and this day is a nice substantial day. Maybe, just maybe, the sun will shine upon us and it will start going that way, because in all honesty, the leader of U.S. indices, long-term leader, not a daily leader, but abstract long-term leader, has been going down for a long time. I mean, let's face it, that's not going up. But maybe, just maybe, now that it's out of that channel, we can get some buying under its legs. And then let me show you this. Traders, Bitcoin, Bitcoin, Bitcoin. Come on, baby. So far, Bitcoin has been Betty nice to Oscar, and I hope it stays that way. So look at that double top, and Bitcoin on Wednesday went double tops. They don't work here, but bam, all the way up there. Bravo, Bitcoin. We'll be buyers of dips in Bitcoin if we can get a nice pullback for trading on Thursday. But you gotta love what you see here, and that target does remain valid. It's not going to happen right away. Remember, it could take 2 + 2 years, or 3 plus. Well, it could be 2. It's actually 4.5, right? So we got to do a 0.5 there. It could be 3 + 1.5. You know, we can do the math any way we want, kids. I'm being facetious, but remember, this target's out for a long time from now. Okay, but we expect to get there within the next 4.5 years. Remember, however, that target was projected when we were down here, when I started buying Bitcoin again. Actually, we were lower than that. We were down here. So between here and here, I started buying Bitcoin for myself with that 85,000 target, and it's done all right for me so far. I'm not going to complain. We'll see what happens. Traders, remember, put your stops in and keep your emotions out of trading. Thank you for tuning in. Good luck trading on Thursday, and I will see you at livewithoscar.com.